So let's say tomorrow, an alien ship lands on Earth, and out come the aliens. They seem pretty friendly, and they don't speak English, but they do have their own form of communicating. Is there a playbook? How would we, as humans, go about this situation? Is there a starting point, and did we, come up with something, or what happens?
That's a really good question. I mean, you're assuming that like we clear away the armed dudes and the political all that, right? We're assuming that I
Yes,
really do get a chance to do what I want to do, right? Like no one's gonna
exactly. Yeah. No,
arrest
you
me
you
for running
you
on.
you get
Right?
to do whatever you
Okay,
wanna
good.
need to do.
Because I mean that's part of it, right? I mean we want to purify our sample and just say what would we do in an ideal situation. But would we ever have an ideal situation? I mean I don't want to beat that point into the ground, um but there's a lot that goes into uh representatives of larger groups of people trying to talk to one another, right? So anyway, so pretend that maybe everyone else is asleep and it's just, a couple Xenolinguists and we get to do the thing.
Yes.
So, the first thing to do is nothing, right? The first thing to do is question all your assumptions. So my instinct is um, to try and greet them.
Mm-hmm.
But greeting is a very human thing to do. Um, it is extraordinarily rude of me to go up to someone and just start talking to them about business. Like even in like a trivial interaction, like someone I go up to someone at a store to buy something. They say hello. I say hello. If they don't do that, I'm like, geez, what? Um, so my instinct is to greet, or my instinct is to start with some kind of my emotional reaction, trying to manufacture a sense of welcome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good idea? I don't know. I don't know. Like conveying emotions is tricky as heck, right? I can't even do that to my cat. I can't even necessarily adequately all the time, you know, understand what my cat is feeling or have her understand what I'm feeling. So
Mm-hmm.
trying to start with an emotional, we come in peace, that's a big concept. It's way more complicated than 6, which is a thing we could maybe start with, right? So it does make sense to me, to start the communication with, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's reasonable. I mean, another temptation is to start indicating objects and get names for objects. And with another human, that's what I would do, right? That'd be a good place to start. But
Mm-hmm.
do they understand pointing? Okay, fine. Maybe not. Maybe we don't want to point at things. Maybe we want to touch things. So maybe I want to give them the word for ramp. They're walking down the ramp. And I thought, okay, we're both on this ramp coming down from the spaceship. I'll give them the word for ramp. So I can point at the ramp and give a word. And we have the classic Gava guy problem, which is, what do I mean by the thing I said? Do I mean this is the shape of I'm showing you the shape of my hand and that's the word for that? Do we mean our feet? Do we mean gravity? Do we mean, there's something dangerous down there? We should all jump in the air? Like the,
Yeah.
the, the idea of putting a word to a concept is really tricky because we have to first agree on what concept it is, and it would be nice if I had words to tell you what concept to go for.
Right.
I
So
mean,
it's a chicken and egg problem.
right? I mean, and the magic is it happens with baby humans, but it also happens. You also have these situations where little kids misunderstand words in big ways, even though we share all the context in the world. So my eldest child, when they were a weensy little adorable thing, um,
Mm.
In a sobbing voice. And that meant to them, they understood that almost meant no, you can't do it. And so if I was trying to get them to take a bath and they were mad about that, they would yell, almost, almost, almost. It took me a minute to figure it out. But I mean, that's a communication between the same species.
Mm-hmm.
And there are thousands of examples like that.
Yeah, but you mentioned numbers there. Is that because mathematics is supposedly universal? And is that something that, in order for an alien civilization to build a spaceship and travel through space and safely land on Earth, they must understand mathematics somehow, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to make the necessary calculations in order to safely reach Earth?
That's the story. That's the story we tell. But every time we tell a story, we pack it with assumptions, right? So is it polite to talk about numbers? You know how it's impolite to talk about money?
Yep.
It's impolite, right? It's just mm. So to me, numbers are a nicely abstract, useful thing. And counting doesn't mean anything dangerous. And I'm allowed to do it. It's not dirty. It's not
Mm-hmm.
forbidden, and it's not sacred either. It's just numbers. Is that true for everybody everywhere? I mean, I think it's a good thing to try. I'm willing to put that at the top of my stack of things to go to, but I'm also willing to admit that my stack could be absolutely completely wrong in 1,000 ways, in ways that I haven't even thought of.
So numbers is as a starting point, but would we show the number as how we depict it? But that again assumes visual context, or maybe they can feel it if we have the Braille representation of certain numbers, or maybe we again it would need vision, but have amounts of objects. Like what about numbers? How would we proceed from just numbers?
Well, you know, and the visual or tactile, the writing down of language is always secondary to the actual language. I mean, they did that in Arrival because no one was going to be able to make those sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of it. Uh, we have to figure out what medium we're using. So are we both using spoken language and are we both using spoken language in the same frequency range that we can hear? There was that, what was the name of the author? I can't remember, but The Little Fuzzies. It was a fun, old, like 1950s, maybe 1960s science fiction book about this planet where there was these creatures that everyone thought were just in the way and kind of not very smart. And it turned out they had this really complicated language, but it was ultrasonic.
Mm.
So we have to figure out, are we using the right medium? Can we agree on that? If not, that's going to be a problem. We have to we have to make sure that we share the same kind of time sense so that, one word to me is not very long, but do I share that with other people? I mean, other species? So there's a lot to unpack before we can know that we're exchanging, quote, a word.
Mm-hmm.
My instinct would be to try my most natural way of doing things and hope that works. Because wouldn't that be nice if that would work? So my instinct would be, because it's a change that I can make. I can present two objects and say 2, and then I can add 1 and say 3, and I can add 1 and say 4. It's that cognitively we're drawn to difference. So if I'm changing the number of objects and then changing what I say, that might be helpful. That might work.
Right.
Maybe not.